Hey guys, hi, this is Deepak again, and in this video, I'm gonna talk about some more concepts on KMS, namely what are the operations, different operations available, and what are the concept of signing messages. So you can basically you will be able to sign messages pretty easily if you want to ensure that your messages are signed and you want to check whether the messages have been signed or not. You can do that pretty easy using this signing methodology. So you could use the plain text private key, and that's your private key. You can use the message and sign this using the signing algorithms, and this can give you a message which is signed. So and then the signed message which is being used when it is being tested with the public key. So the public key is used to check with the signed key message that whether this message was signed correctly or not. So if you send some message to some person and say other guy has to authenticate, he have to verify whether the message was signed properly or not. That is something to be checked. You can do that using the message. You could do that using the verification. You can do it using the verification algorithm, and you can use the public key and the private key pair that you generate to manage your signs or signing of messages. Okay, and not only that, that's cool, but I will just tell you, you have a number of different operations that you can potentially do using KMS. That is, one is encrypt files, then decrypt, then you have can generate data key, generate key pair which can be used to generate encrypt or decrypt files. You can decrypt or encrypt using data keys or key pairs, generate without a plain text or data key without plain text, so you will only have an encrypted key. Later you can generate the data plain text from your encrypted key you can generate, and you can also re-encrypt if you need, and all can use sign and verification. All these are basically commands which are already available built in SDK and AWS, so you can use these to AWS CLI or SDK. You can use this to encrypt and decrypt your data and use the CMKs, the command, the customer managed keys in other applications. You can use CMKs in S3 or in other applications. And we will have practical sessions later on most of these concepts. So we'll try to cover practically also. And typically, like any AWS resource, you will have the key ARN, which is basically you will have the basically so you have the ARN account number, then this is being just you being the, so this is your account ID, this becomes the key ID. So to get the key ARN, you have the this is the ARN for key ID. Similarly to make it easy to use your key ARN, you can create an alias out of the key. You can generate an alias, and that alias can also be shown here. I can get an ARN for the alias as well. So those are some additional features that are available, and let me cover these few concepts also in this video. You can basically you can have different sources of your keys, like you can one of the source of the keys your key management system, which is um, like you can generate a key using the AWS provided key material. The internal algorithm of AWS can generate the keys. They can create the keys using AWS internal key material, and this is a preferred way. Or you can also provide your something like your own key material, which can also be used to generate that key that can also be used. And Also, hardware security model can also be used. HSM can be used as well to generate the keys. But I won't go into these concepts. Practical, maybe we'll cover some of that and explain it better. And we have key specifications, whether what type of key, whether it is, and at the key level, you can see this information, whether it is a elliptical key or asymmetric key, and if it is asymmetric, whether it is an RSA key or whether it is an elliptical key. So you can use this, you can find out the type of key which is generated, and this whether there's keys for or what is a key specification. I kind of like you can use it whether you wanted to use for encryption or decryption. So there are some things to note, like signing and verification can be done using RSA asymmetric and elliptical keys, and the encryption and decryption. For encryption and decryption, you always use symmetric keys or RSA asymmetric. You cannot use the elliptical keys for encryption and decryption. Okay, so there are some things that you can note as a developer. And also there is a concept called envelope encryption. Envelope encryption is basically a way through which you can encrypt your data more securely, which is typically used in many applications like Redshift uses envelope encryption. So how you do is you encrypt your data with an encrypted key. The data itself is encrypted using an encrypted key, and the private key is encrypted. The damn private key is encrypted with the master key. So the master key, as you see here, the master key is used to encrypt the private key, right? And the keys are both of them are managed. Both are correct, securely managed, and one only needs the master key for encryption, which is the CMK. You actually don't even need the private key. So you just need the master key, which will generate the right, which will uh, provide the decrypted data key. The data key can be used to then decrypt the data. So this will gonna provide the, so this is gonna give you a decrypted data using this encrypted key and the master key, and this decrypted data key can be used to encrypt or decrypt your file. This is called envelope protection, and this allows you to protect the data keys, because the data key, to generate data key, you just need to use the customer master key. You don't need the actual data key. Combining, again, basically internally it combines the strength of different multiple algorithms are all combined together, and this combination gives better performance as well. By using symmetric key algorithms like RSA, you will typically get very good performance. So these are things that you can possibly have a note of for certification. This you may have some questions, and also as a developer, as I generally say, as a developer, this is useful to know. So thank you for watching this. Next video, I'll talk about some other concepts on AWS. So see you. Bye.